Good morning, everybody. Myself, Acharya Vishvendra, and today I'm going to discuss a worksheet on Doppler effect. So let's begin with the worksheet. So here is the worksheet on Doppler effect, and there is a source and an observer, and we need to find frequency as observed by the observer in different cases. So in the first case, we use the general formula f dash is f v minus vo by v minus vs. So here is the sign convention that sound moves from source to observer. So taking that direction as positive and opposite direction in negative, we have f dash as f v minus vo by v minus vs. Again using the sign convention here, so vs will be positive and vo will be taken as negative. So the apparent frequency will be f v plus vo by v minus vs. Next is using this sign convention, take vs as negative and vo is negative also, so we have f dash is f v plus vo upon v plus vs. Next is using this sign convention, we have f dash as f v minus vo by v plus vs. Next is observer is at rest and source moves as shown in the figure, so f dash will be f v upon v plus vs. Next here is take velocity of sound from source to observer and take this sign as positive and this sign as negative. So f dash here will be f v into v f into v divided by v plus vs. Now here is a source and observer. Here observer moves, source is at rest, so vo will be positive over here, so f dash will be f v minus vo by v. Next here is observer moves toward the source, so that direction will be taken as negative, so f dash will be f v plus vo by v. Next is velocities are making certain angles, and that is vs cos theta 1, vs cos theta 2, so f dash will be f v minus vo here cos theta 2 and here it is vs cos theta 1 as per the sign convention. In the next question, observer is moving like this, so take the component and vs is 0 and vo as vo cos theta 2. In another question, take vo cos theta 2 as negative, so we have a value of f dash as given here. Next is take component of vs and after solving we get this as the frequency. Sorry, here it is like this. So we have the apparent frequency f dash, which is v upon v minus vs cos theta. Here if it is moves towards the observer, then the sign will change. So this direction is taken as positive, so this direction will be negative. So we have taken v as cos theta 1 as negative, so f dash will be f v by v plus cos theta 1. And now if there are certain cases in which first case source is at center and observer is moving on the circle, so you can see the angle between them is 90. So there is no component of velocity along the line joining source and observer, so f dash will be equal to f. Similarly here also f dash will be equal to f. In the next case, source is moving on a circle and an observer is standing over here. The first question is we need to find minimum frequency. So obviously we draw tangent from O to the circle. So frequency will be minimum when its velocity will be directly away from the line of action joining source and the observer. So it will correspond to this point, and the minimum frequency is f into v upon v plus vs. Now maximum frequency will be at the point S, which is directed tangentially towards O. So the frequency will be f into v upon v minus vs. If we take the difference of frequencies, just take the difference and we get this expression as the difference in frequencies. So these are the physics worksheets which are designed with the purpose that you are preparing along the line of action of competitive exams. As you might be knowing that there is a very low selection rate of about 2% in competitive exams, because exams are based on psychologically designed mental patterns, and you can crack the exams only if your mind brain system is optimized as per the requirements of the exam. Normally what happens is a student study and he just think that studying means just transferring some information from the source of information, but it's not the reality. The reality is that if you read any chapter, then you have to convert that information into patterns, and that pattern is the basis of selection in any competitive exam. So you have to develop a thinking pattern, a neural pattern, which is optimized for cracking the competitive exam, which is optimized for solving the problems, which is optimized to fetch the answers. Because quality is in giving answers. Everybody can ask questions. That is very basic nature of human uh, inquisitive nature. But there is no point in asking questions. The point is in answering them, referring to the solutions. So the worksheets are designed uh, in a way that they will, force you in a sort of, or you can say that is stimulate you to check your preparation, to check your thinking process, so that you are able to crack the competitive exams. Thank you and have a nice day.